Go, my brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are 87. We're 87 guys. You know the rules. We don't start till we have 100. So we want to make sure that our team is on here, that no one is missing out. Send out those last messages. Let them know that our team training will begin. We don't start until we hit 100. We don't start until we don't change. We don't change how we go about our training. That is the standard of our training. Once we have 100 folks on, we start our training this evening. So we want to make sure that everybody is on this evening. We are up to 90. Once we hit 100, we will begin tonight's training, guys. Thank you so much for those who always come on time, those who are always ready to hear our leaders as they bring their trainings every single Tuesday. It is always a blessing for me to be part of that amazing trainings that we have every single Tuesday. I have been given this distinct honor this evening to be your host. To really be honest with you, I'm sitting here and I'm shaking in my seat because it's always a pleasure for me to be able to do what is required of me. And when my leaders reach out to me, I am always at their disposal. I'm always available. I always make sure that I'm available and make that time available for them. I am thankful for allowing me this privilege to be able to be your host this evening. We are at 99. All right, we just got one more. Can we make that one more? Can we make that one more? All right, can we make that one more? I just need one more. All right, we have reached 100. We have reached 100. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on this evening. I am your host. My name is Frankie Carrion. I am a sales director. I am out of the Worcester, Massachusetts area. I am very thankful for the opportunity that I've been given this evening to be your host. When I first started in this business, I never thought for one moment, truly, I never thought for one moment that I would be in a position to be able to share with you and to be able to be in a position such as this. This is truly an honor for me. I am grateful. I am thankful to be able to do this evening. I host our team meetings on Thursday, and truly it's always great. It's always exciting for me to see our team get together and gather together to be able to share and be enlightened by the empowerment of our trainings. I definitely want to get myself out of the way very quickly this evening. And first, we want to honor those who have been on the top of the charts during this month and during this season. And I want to first start off this evening by recognizing our top recruiters. And we want to make sure that we congratulate them, guys. We want to make sure, because one day you're going to be on the top of this chart. One day you're going to be one of those individuals and you're going to want to be congratulated just as they are. So we want to make sure that we light up the chat with flames and make sure that we congratulate them and we honor them for the works that they do. This evening, for our top recruiters, we're starting our list at the top of the chart is, and I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing this correctly, Tamiskia Moore, followed by Tavares Vicker, followed by Matthew Santiago, followed by Eureka Marquez. Again, I apologize if I mispronounce it. Followed by Ana Garcia, followed by Cynthia Guerrero, followed by Nadine Melendez, Kendall Westbrook, Natalie Rodriguez, and hopefully I pronounced this correctly, Krishan Smith. All right, let's light it up. Let's give them a congratulations. Let's give them some applause and put some fire. Let's put some fire in the chat for our top recruiters this month. We want to also recognize those who are our top customer producers. You guys have been the life changers. You have brought the product. You have shown the product. You have brought the testimony. You have shared with these individuals and have brought them to the reality that they can do better, be better, and get their lives back on track financially. And I applaud you for you guys going out there and getting the job done. Truly, it is a blessing to be able to change lives every single day. At the top of our chart is Crystal Marrero, followed by Janetsi Zaya, followed by our very own Dr. Arnold Bogerty, followed by Jacqueline Garcia, Talisa Perez, Zandra Valles, Alicia Winship, Catherine Garcia, Adalys Jimenez, and hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly, Lithison Laguerra, or Laguerri. If I pronounced it wrong, I apologize. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's light up the chat and recognize our leaders this evening. And for last, we're going to go over our top personal sales producers. These are individuals who are at the top of the chart that are producing not only for themselves, but together with their team. They are producing great outcome. It is always a pleasure and a blessing to see how these individuals' lives have been transformed and they're hitting the top of the charts because they're building their future, their family, and taking themselves to that level of financial freedoms. At the top of our chart is Ms. Sandra Valles, followed by our very own Dr. Arnold Bogerty, Crystal Marrero, our very own Regional Vice President, Ms. Razor Otero, followed by Anthony Kelly, Amira Rosado, Andra Rush, our very own Haitian sensation, Mr. Bruno Floridor, Janetsi Zayas, and Natalie Rodriguez. Let's give them all a round of applause. Let's light up the chat. Let's recognize our leaders this evening as they continue to build, as they continue to grow, as they continue to expand in our business. Listen, our business is life-changing. Our business transforms individuals' lives in ways that you couldn't possibly imagine. And I'm going to share something with you very quickly, and I'm going to get my stuff quickly out of the way. I had a young woman who started with me as a client. And when I first started with her, she just gave me the scenario of her situation. And I sat with that person and I took the time to sit with her and really go over the services that we provide and how not only can we get her to just get her credit fixed, but how we can get her from being a renter to being a homeowner. You know, and at one point during the transition, she began to be challenged and find some areas of her life that were getting in the way of her to continue the program. And just simply through words of encouragement and through showing her the value of what she was doing and where she was going, she stood by and she said, I'm going to stand on. I know that it's hard for me right now. And I told her, at the end of the day, you're going to see the value of this. At the end of the day, you're going to see where you're going to be able to go. And she held on to the program. And she held by, not only did she move from being a renter to a homeowner, she actually was able to move from one state to another. She recently posted that she put her family in a beautiful home. She recently got married. So everything that she wanted to pull together, everything that she wanted to come together, simply based on the decision that she made to uphold and to do better for herself, she not only changed her life, she was able to change her children's life. She was able to go to a place where she knew that she was going to be able to be a provider and a standard of provision for her family. And she was able to find a partner that would support her and be with her and be by her side to the point where she said, I now am ready to make a decision to be married. So she not only grew in her finance, she grew her family, and now she's happily married. So guys, our business is life-changing. It's always a great blessing I can't even begin to tell you how much this has been a blessing for me. It is always an honor for me to be able to be part of this, to share this information with as many people as I possibly can, because I know for a fact that this business that we're in is absolutely life-changing. And I want to get myself quickly out of the way. I apologize if I don't know who I'm passing the buck to, but I'm gonna step out of the way. And I'm just going to say thank you so much for allowing me this great privilege, for allowing me to be able to be your host for this evening, for this moment. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass it to
Frankie.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and right now we have our Vice President, Dr. Arnold Bogerty, who's going to be doing the training. So if you don't mind, let's go ahead and bring him in at this time.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, I want to introduce to you guys this evening, our trainer for this evening. He is a vice president. He is our vice, man, that sounds so good. He is our vice president, which means that he is generating anywhere between $100,000 to $250,000 every 30 days. Okay, I need you to hear that again. He is generating anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 every 30 days. Not every 3 months, not every year, every 30 days. Together with his team, he has been able to bring value to so many lives. He's valuable to us as we are always impacted by the amazing trainings that he provides to us every single time that he is on the mic. It is truly an honor for me and a privilege to get myself out of the way and introduce to you this evening our very own Dr. Arnold Bogerty. Can you hear me?
I can. Frankie, can you hear and see me okay?
I hear you clearly, sir.
Man, listen, I tell you what, everybody needs a Frankie. I mean, straight up, that was one of the best. Man, in fact, hey, throw some fire emojis or throw some ones in the chat for Frankie. He did an amazing job. I know he had to step up kind of late to do it, but I tell you what, Frankie, me and you might have to talk, all right? When I get big, all right, I'm gonna have you just travel around and introduce me. That's gonna be dope, all right? You be that hype man. But congratulations, my brother. We appreciate you. We appreciate you stepping into the leadership role. We all know under the tutorship of Raisa and Rob, you're doing a miraculous job, and we appreciate it. But guys, who's excited? All right, I tell you what. I was looking at the information today. The convention has sold out. All right, it is packed out. We filled it up. And, you know, I can't wait. I'm fired up. If you're fired up about convention, if you like just can't wait, you want to go ahead and fast forward time to get to convention, go ahead and throw some ones in the chat. Because I know I do. Guys, flying out to Chicago this weekend for the Super Saturday and then able to come right back and, you know, beat David in golf during the golf tournament. No, we're playing on the same team, and he paid for it, by the way. Thank you, David. That's $1,000. I appreciate it. No, I'm joking, guys, but we're just looking forward to getting together, man, and just having a good time. Convention is going to be phenomenal this coming, not this weekend, but this coming weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. But guys, listen, the world has opened up. We made our official back to getting together, you know, in Atlanta where we had that Super Saturday. And then it sort of just kind of opened the flood doors. Now we're all having live events. We've had 3 Super Saturdays, you know, since then, about to go on the 4th, and we are getting ready for our national convention. If you guys know what we have going on here in Tampa, we started our game days again, and they've been phenomenal. The energy has been great. But when we got on our leadership call on Monday, myself and our senior vice president, executive vice president, regional vice presidents, and the VPs and above, including Malcolm and Myra, you know, our senior vice president said, hey, listen, when we get together, it not only represents us, but it represents Relentless. And then by representing Relentless, it represents FES, okay? And although we've been doing a great job, guys, event etiquette is key. There's a lot of people here in different markets, all right? Eventually, you're going to start doing meetings in your home market. You're going to start producing leaders who are going to do meetings in their home market, guys. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. And we want to be on the right page. We want to represent not only Team Relentless, not only ourselves the correct way, not only Team Relentless the correct way, but also our company the correct way. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is go ahead and share my screen, and we're gonna go into this training. And I want everyone to really, really take this training serious. This is a major part of our business, is event etiquette, all right? Having people see the information correctly, all right, and presenting yourself as a business, because that is what you are. All right, guys. So if you're ready to go into this training, go ahead, go throw a 1 in the chat. Let me feel some loud, let me feel some energy. All right, I can't hear you right now, but I can see the little orange little button popping up. All right, there we go. All right, guys. So event etiquette. Prior to the presentation. So, guys, I want to let you know, guys, there's 3 parts of a presentation. There's prior to the presentation, there is during the presentation, and there is after the presentation. Number 1, and I want everybody to take screenshots, guys, of this, because we want you to be able to go back into this, and that way you're able to explain this to your new agents, all right? 2 people that you want to represent not only you well, but the company and our team. So be on time, all right? That is the most important thing, guys. Be on time. Never, ever, ever arrive after your friend, after your guest. The entire goal of the presentation is to make our friends feel comfortable. That's it. You know, when they are looking at inviting, or when they are looking at, do they want to be part of our company? Okay, they are sizing us up from the beginning. How we present ourselves in the beginning is key. It's very important. Act normal. Be yourself. Okay, from the beginning. They want to know, will I invite my friends to this? Be presentable, clean and crisp, all right? Wear acceptable attire. We are in the financial literacy business, okay? Our acceptable attire is business casual. We always say, and I heard this first from Ashton Henry, Senior Executive Vice President, he said, you cannot attract a dream looking like a nightmare. You can't attract a dream looking like a nightmare. You have to look like the person that you are going to want to follow. Now, are we talking about wearing formal well? Absolutely not. You don't have to come in a tuxedo. Matter of fact, you don't even have to come in a suit, guys. You know, it's just shirt, pants, collared, you know, no baggy jeans, none of, you know, ladies, I know y'all like to look smexy, as my wife calls it, but, you know, you don't want everything all hanging out. You want to be presentable because you are doing business, all right? Be friendly, mix and mingle. Under no circumstances, ditch your friend. We see this all the time, guys, when we get a guest that comes or your friend that comes and, you know, you want to go talk to, you know, our senior vice president, Xavier, you want to go talk to Race or Rob, or you want to go talk to your friend. Guys, listen, your friend is there. They don't know anybody. Okay, you are that linchpin. You are that common denominator between them and that presentation. Okay, so never in any circumstances do you want to ditch or leave your guest or friend, all right? And introduce them, all right, to as many people as possible. You want people making friends, all right, from the beginning. Introduce them to the presenter if time permits it. You want people saying, hey, you know what? I like this group. You want people from the beginning looking for reasons to join, not reasons not to join. And if you're late, if you're acting weird, okay, if you know, you're not presentable, if you're not, you know, wearing the right things, if you're not looking like a business, if you're not being friendly, if you're just sitting around not talking to nobody, guys, listen, your guest and your friend, they are seeing this. And they're already forming their opinion. Absolutely no network marketing talk. Sponsor, downline, field trainer, you might as well be speaking Arabic. Remember, this is a presentation, not a training. I know that you want to go and you want to talk to someone maybe you haven't seen all week and say, hey, you know what? I enrolled 3 people. I just created a field trainer and, you know, wow, I can't wait to hit vice president. Wow, the R&R club, this, that, whatever. Listen, guys, your person is looking at you like, what the hell are they talking about? I don't know what an R&R club is. I don't know what a field trainer is. You know, I don't know what an upline, downline, sideline, cross recruit. I don't know any of that. Be mindful of who's around you. No network marketing talk. Instead of calling people guests, all right, or prospect, refer to them as your friend. because that's what they are. This isn't a tryout, okay? You're not trying out for the Yankees. You're not trying out for a basketball team. You're not a prospect. They're not prospects, okay? They are friends. They are real people. No one wants to feel like a number. No one wants to feel like they're there just to be sold. So refer to them, hey, Dr. Bogerty, this is my friend Susan. Or hey, Racer, this is my friend Jack, okay? Even if you just met them, they are your friend because people want to feel like they belong. Handle disappointment with a smile. Not everyone you invite will show up. Listen, leaders, matter of fact, if you have been in network marketing longer than a month, you have probably already felt this. When you invite 10 people, whether it's to a webinar or whether it's to an event and they don't show up, and you're out there doing the FES salute. You're sitting there and you're looking, you're outside. I don't know why people do that. You can't see anything. You can't see further. There ain't no sun out there because it's dark time. But yeah, you got people out there doing that. I've seen it tons of times. I've done it myself tons of times. Guys, listen, all right? It's going to happen. Your people are going to not show up. They are going to disappoint you. Do not get pissed off. Do not get upset. Don't start complaining to your upline or that your guest didn't show up. The event needs your positive energy. It needs your positive energy. If they didn't show up, guys, just know that's part of the journey. That's part of the game. Okay, there's going to be somebody in there in that event that your energy, your positivity can help close. So stay positive and know that your time is coming. There should never, ever be empty seats in the front. I mean, that is a pet peeve of mine, guys, when you have agents that come in and next thing you know, they're sitting with their prospect in the back. What type of symbol or what type of signal does that send? That the information isn't important. That's exactly what it does. When there are seats in the front, okay, move your person to the front. You move to the front. Studies show that people that sit in the front are less distracted, they're more motivated, and more likely to join you in whatever venture you invited them for because they don't have the distractions. They are up, they are locked into the presenter. So those front rows, those are valuable. That's gold. Those are money-making seats, all right? Ensure that you are sitting up front, and that way it eliminates distractions from people walking in because let's say someone walks in late and their seat's up front but not in the back. They got to walk through the entire crowd. And that's obviously something that, the event organizers will put together, but you want to make sure that you're getting there early so you can get that prime real estate in the front of the room. Guys, if that makes sense so far, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. Now, during the presentation, set the example. Set the example. Our friend, our person that we invite is always watching us. They will never be more excited than we are, and they will always follow our lead. When the host introduces the speaker, when they go over the rules, get excited, stand up without having to be asked. Your energy and enthusiasm is key. You want your guests and all the guests in the room, even the newer agents, to know that you're excited, that you've been waiting for this the entire week or however long before the next presentation. It's contagious. Because when your guest sees that you're excited, they automatically get excited. They're like, damn, I ain't never seen this person this excited since they went to like an Usher concert, or went to see Jay. I mean, you want that level of excitement because people want to join something, all right, that's going to give them pleasure, that's going to get them outside of the dog-eat-dog world that they came in from. Most of our presenters, guys, aren't professional speakers. They aren't. There are people that called into leadership positions, all right, that want to go ahead and increase their influence by being able to present and transfer the information. So encouragement is key. It's essential. Encouragement is essential. Silence all cell phones and put them in your pocket. Guys, I'm guilty of this. Every leader on here is guilty of this. And so we need to check ourselves just like all of you guys need to check yourself. Listen, that phone, that weapon of mass distraction, not only does it de-edify the presentation when you're sitting there, you're texting, all right, you ain't that damn important, okay? 45 minutes, you ain't that damn important, all right? There is nothing outside of that room that needs to distract you for that 45 minutes, okay? For that 45 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on who's presenting, if David's presenting that 2 hours, okay? is the most important time that you're going to have. Okay. You want people to know that, hey, listen, there is nothing more important than the information that's about to be shared. All right. Laugh at the corny jokes. A lot of the time, guys, if you've heard me present, I say pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. Every presentation. You may have heard my jokes 100 times, but guess what? That guest didn't. So you can even anticipate that it's coming. Laugh, clap. All right, the person that's clapping and laughing and got the person next to them, they're the ones making the money. Why? Because they're happy. They're excited. And that's what you need to be exuding during the entire presentation. Never, ever, guys, try to elaborate on what the speaker is saying during the presentation. It de-edifies the presentation. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to give them the presentation, you shouldn't have bought them there. Just go ahead and give them a private one. But if you're bringing them to the presentation, okay, what the speaker says is gospel. Because once you start going against what the speaker says or trying to edify or trying to go ahead and clear up something, now people are questioning, hold up, why is this person saying one thing? You're leaning to me saying another thing. It's going to confuse them. And guess what? They are not going to join. And that's just facts. And they might miss a piece of information that will get them to join. If you were sitting there talking, and I'm talking about a cab bonus override up there, and that may be, they may be money driven, and that may be what gets them to join, and you just decided that you wanted to talk about it because you know the presentation better than I do, and guess what, guys? They missed out. And now that person probably not going to join, and that might be the one piece of information that they needed. Never interrupt the speaker with questions. It de-edifies the speaker. Now, we haven't had that issue in a while, but listen, if you're a leader on here, if you're somebody that has seen this at presentations where someone raises their hand or they yell out a dumbass question, I mean, guys, it's, you know, the old me is looking at them like, the old me probably would say, hey, listen, hold your question to the end or shut the hell up. You know, I don't say that anymore because it's so disturbing, all right? But hold your questions to the end, guys. Hold your questions to the end and you'll get them answered, okay? And last, but certainly not least, never, and I'm talking to everybody, okay, including myself on this presentation, senior vice president down to agent, never, ever get up during a presentation. You can hold it, okay? You can hold it. It may be painful, your eyes may be watering, but guess what? You can hold it. Your body is capable of holding it for that time. When you leave the room, it distracts the entire room and you're giving everyone else permission to do it. How many people have experienced that, guys? It's the old saying, monkey see, monkey do. Once the first monkey gets up and leaves, guess what? The other monkeys are going to go follow. That's just how it is. But if you're sitting there, you're attentive, you're happy, you're excited, everyone else is going to be excited. But never, under any circumstances, leave the room. That is the worst thing that you can do because now you're saying that whatever it is you got to do out there is more important than the information that's being shared. After the presentation, guys, it's app time. It is app time. This isn't, you know, hey, what are we doing for dinner? This isn't, you know, hey, let's go grab a drink. This is app time. It is time. Remember, the number one goal after the presentation is to get your friend to become a client or an agent. When that presenter is done, guys, go ahead and clap. Stay seated. Don't just get up and leave the room. It's sort of like a flood. For some reason, when we get done presentations, and I've experienced this over the past 2 or 3 years, we got really good at it before the pandemic. But, you know, since the pandemic is in and we started to get back together, it seems like as soon as that presentation ends, everybody's shooting for the door. Well, guess what? If you shoot for the door, then everybody else is going to shoot for the door. You want to have that person seated down. You want to turn to them. All right, start those closing questions. Are you ready to get started? How much money do you need to make in order to go ahead and make this worth your time? Okay, we've taught you closing. The last thing you want to do is get people outside of the room and then everybody disperses. And guess what? The leaders are inside of the room. Those are the ones that, hey, if you need an assist, if you need a Chris Paul, okay, you call them over and say, hey, this is our Senior Vice President, Xavier Marrero. Listen, I do not quite know all of the answers to the question that you're answering, but here's a man that does. Xavier, edify, and then go ahead and let us close for you. That happens inside of the room. When you leave the room, it breaks the energy. So stay in that room, especially if you have a guest. Now, this is a big one. Unless previously arranged, do not insert yourself into another agent's conversation. We have those people out there that think they are just Mr. Closer Man or Closer Woman, and someone's talking, and next thing you know, they're butting into someone's conversation. What does that do? It de-edifies the person that invited them. Now you're saying, listen, they don't know what they're talking about. I do. So unless it's previously arranged or someone asks you to do it, don't do it. The last thing a new person needs, okay, a person that comes and they want to see the information is, 20 agents just jumping on like vampires. No, guys, that's not how we do it. It's an easy, laid back environment. We're not thirsty. Okay, we're not out there begging people to join us. But when you have 15 people come to one person, guys, listen, that's what it seems like. Never represent the information. The speaker did their job. Your friend has enough information to make a decision, guys. It will cause your guest to want to do more research. You're trying to represent next thing you know, you say something that's contradictory to what the presenter said. And now that's when those doubts come in. That's when that scam comes in. That's, when a whole bunch of people, it's when that thinking mind, that psychological mind that says, hey, you know what? I'm not sure if I want to do this. And remember, not everyone joins on the spot. Once you ask closing questions and your friend is ready to join or isn't ready to join, don't get upset. Don't develop that commission breath. When David and we do a presentation and we talk about closing, listen, guys, typically it takes someone 7 times to see information before they say yes. All right, I have people joining the business, joining the service right now that I talked to years ago that were some of my best friends. It's okay. You did your job. You got them in front of the information. And now it's just follow-up. It's dripping on them. It's talking to them, putting them on your follow-up list, your 3-month, your 6-month. Eventually they will come around. Maybe it's just not the point in their life, because I have seen people call people stupid for not joining. I've seen people say, hey, it's the worst decision you've ever made. I've seen friends break up. Guys, I've seen fist fights before because someone didn't join. That's not what we're about. Remember, your job is to get them there, create a positive environment, and that's it. And let them make a decision. Whoa, back up.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Arnold. Guys, we need to light up this chat. If you guys are excited about this training, if this has been enlightening to you, if this has been empowering to you, let's light up the chat. Let's recognize our leadership as they brought this training on this evening. I'm super excited to be a part
Frankie,
of
you got me? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Can you see me?
I see you now,
you
sir.
Guys, that's why I always have a backup. Lesson, teaching point. All right, I log in on my phone and I log in on my computer. Okay, my computer just shit the bed. Sorry for my French. But guys, see, I'm back at it, all right? And so guys, listen, all right? If you keep these tips, all right, and if you apply them, all right, and practice them, you will have a successful presentation. But the last thing, and certainly not the least, when someone joins, okay, keep the energy up. Announce that they joined. Say, hey, guys, I want to welcome Frankie to the team. Great decision, Frankie. All right, and you want to go ahead and you want to clap, okay? And if you are close to that person, guess what? You want to go ahead and you want to shake their hand. You want to say, great decision. Because guess what? It creates a domino effect. Now someone's looking, oh, that person joined. Shoot, I want to join. That person joined. Now I want to join. It creates that domino effect, guys. Let them know, hey, you know what? Best decision you ever made. And then before they leave, you want to go ahead and get them started, okay? It only takes a second. Listen, guys, what I'm talking on right now is a computer that does phone things. That's what I'm speaking on right now. You can get them started. You can show them the services that they provided. You can show them where to get to the get started training. What does that do? It sets the example. So they are going to do exactly what it is that you do. So guys, listen, I hope this training was good. Hope I was able to bring some value, and God bless each and every last one of you. And it's my pleasure right now to bring on a young man who did the presentation. All right, when I joined, he's the leader of Team Relentless, senior vice president. He's helped so many people, $1 million in business, guys. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Mr. Let's get it. Our senior vice president, Xavier Marrero.
Oh man, Arnold, can you hear and see me?
I can hear and see you.
Perfect, man. Everybody go in that chat. Let's give Arnold those number ones, those flames. Man, killed it. Guys, I hope you understand how important this topic is, right? To the point where I kind of want to touch on a couple things that Arnold already spoke about, because we're definitely talking about business etiquette. And what that basically means is your reputation. Like, how do people see you when you come into that building? So with the business etiquette, take this topic very seriously. I'm telling you guys, a lot of times it's not what you know, but it's what people think of you when you come into a room. How do you carry yourself, and what type of conversations do you have with people? And then you'll see these are when the top leaders will definitely bring you into that inner circle. So guys, look, one thing I want to touch on is definitely just the dress attire. Guys, man, we all know we like to go out there. A lot of us come from a background like we like to stunt, let's be honest, right? We like to go out there and flash a little bit. But guys, just be very mindful of what you're wearing, the proper attire, and again, guys, sometimes, we might tell the teller to make it a little too tight, loosen it up a little bit, right? So that's going to be for the fellas. And then ladies, honestly, same thing, don't come out here thinking that you're in a runway where you're basically almost selling your body. And I say that with all due respect, but honestly, 4 years now, we kind of seen it all. I've seen the ladies where they're wearing a dress where the skit goes all the way up to their hip, breasts are just everywhere. And again, apologize for the conversation we're having, but much needed, because at the end of the day, not only do we want to go ahead and protect our company's image, Team Relentless image, your leader's image, but more importantly, your image, right? Carry yourself proper. I always tell people, dress how you want to be addressed. So if you want to be addressed like that professional king or that professional queen, then go ahead and carry yourself that way, dress like that. Another thing, guys, which we're big on, and it was pointed out by the leadership, and it's very true. Stop with the hanging out, the waiting, the chilling outside of the training. That information that you want and you need is not out there. It's inside of the room. It's inside where everybody's at, where that top leader, which obviously is the best of the best in the topic that they're training, is taking their time out of their busy day to train the entire actual company. So again, with Team Relentless, we just want to make it very clear. We don't want to see people in the hallways. Don't get me wrong. Will you still have those conversations in the hallways? Of course, we have plenty of breaks. We have plenty of breakout section that we're going to be doing in convention. So you're definitely going to have the opportunity to have those side conversations, especially with other leaders from other organizations. And then when we say be on time, what we really mean is be early. Like, we start 8 o'clock, don't show up at 8 o'clock. Be there at 7:15, be there at 7:30, no later than 7:45. The reason why is you're going to see, especially if this is your first convention, those lines get packed, but the show continues. So don't turn around and invest time and money, but come late, because again, that information is probably the information that's missing for you to take your team to the next level. So again, when we say be on time, we mean be early. And then also, we spoke about this already, represent yourself in the right way. And what do I mean by that? It's not just the business attire, it's the way you carry yourself. Don't go partying the night before. Guys, again, take this business serious. If you treat it as a business, it's going to pay you as a business. Treat it as a hobby, it's going to pay you as a hobby. So treat this as a business. And like I said, at the end of the day, Go to bed early. You don't need to go party. Guys, look, check this out. And let's just have a real conversation. COVID just happened. A lot of us been home. We might have that spouse that we about to go ahead and just choke them out, right? And at this point, you're looking at convention almost like if it's a getaway, almost like a mini vacation. I get it. I understand, right? But at the end of the day, what you don't want to do is you don't want to go out there and really focus on the main goal, which is to go out there and get trained, to go out there and build new connections, build new reports, right? Share some ideas, get to know the CEO. So make sure you're well rested. Make sure you're not going out there partying. I understand it might be a mini vacation, but trust me, after convention and everything is done, we have fun. Trust me, we have a lot of fun. But it's business before pleasure at all times, right? I want everybody to type business before pleasure because I want everybody to be committed to that. I don't want to be that leader that get the phone call that I have an agent who's drunk and now we got to figure out how we get this drunk agent back to the hotel room. We didn't sign up to babysit no one. We're not going to convention to babysit no one. You are responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your actions. Understand that you're going to be around the big whales, the CEOs, corporate team. So be careful what you're saying. Be careful what you're saying. Do not talk down anything. I'm talking about the team, the leaders. I'm talking about the trainers, the company, the services. Trust me, this is not the environment for you to have these type of conversations. We carry ourselves the way we are. We're professionals at all times. So understand that you having a small conversation by just saying that team relentless or another team just sucks, or you're saying how you're mad because the company did something wrong, guys, it's going to get to the wrong ears. It's going to get to the wrong ears and it's going to piss off the wrong people that you probably want to have in your corner, not looking at you sideways. Now, the great thing about our company is that you can reach out to your leaders and any concerns you may have, then you can voice your opinion. We're not telling you to voice your opinion, but we're telling you that's not the right environment to do it. Unless CEO Paramount came up to you and say, hey, Dr. Arnold Bogerty, can you give me some feedback? The good, bad, and the ugly. Then of course, have that real conversation with him. Help us, help the company, give us feedback, completely different. But now if I see Dr. Arnold Bogerty walking in the hallway and I walk up like, yo, Dr. Arnold, you see how that trainer sucked? Man, people were like bored. Like people just want to go home. That trainer sucked, man, but don't tell no one. Guys, I guarantee you some way, somehow, somebody else heard that. And the worst thing is we all know as humans, by the time it gets to somebody else's ears, it's completely different. Man, Xavier went to Arnold and said, F that trainer. He was a waste of time. He can't believe his entire team wasted their money to be here. So guys, this business etiquette, take this training serious. I'm sitting here, and even as a senior vice president, our vice president is training, and I'm still taking notes, right? Because sometimes we forget the fundamentals. Sometimes as leaders, we're very busy and our natural instinct is this. We're like this, we're talking, right? Or we're sitting in the back, we're taking notes and we hear that little vibration. We're like, oh, smack, maybe an enrollment, maybe the team needs something, maybe Alfred's asking for something, or maybe it's Paramount. So I understand our brain is wired a certain way, but even then we have to lead by example. So you understand that you will see, and guys, look, don't get it twisted. You might see some of the top leaders getting up during training, but you don't understand what's happening in the background. You don't understand they might be coming up to train next. They got to get mic'd up. It might be that one of the leaders are like, yo, we might need you real quick. Something is happening, not in a bad way, but before we needed more chairs. Now, myself, David, Arnold, I think Rob was there too. Now we have to get up, walk to the back, and start filling up the room with more chairs. That's different, right? And again, sometimes behind the scenes, people don't understand. It could be last minute. We're getting a phone call like, hey, a trainer didn't show up. Arnold, we need you to train. Like, get the text message. Oh, smack, I got to train. Like, yeah, come to the back. We need to mic you up. So don't compare yourself to other people because you don't know their situation. Just know at the end of the day, as a businessman, as a businesswoman, you got to govern yourself. So I know for a fact, at the end of the day, if someone's not texting me, that's the CEO during this convention, or if it's Alfred Nixon, or if it's an emergency because of my team, guys, I'm not answering that call. I'm not replying back to that text message. Now, if you see me get up, then understand there was a text message sent and something had to be handled. But only a little bit of us are in that position, which the goal is for all of us to be in that position, right? But just understand, this is why we're having that conversation. I have seen great people not become successful in this business because the way they carry themselves, because they let their personal lives interfere with their business. So again, when we're coming out to Orlando, guys, we're going to have a blast. I promise you we're going to have a blast. Amazing time. But we're going to be able to go to bed on time, to get up early, to show up early, be wide awake, because now Paramel walks up to you and he's like, wish he did. Hey, Cherie, how you doing? What was the whole reason why you started FES? And if Cherie had a hangover the night before, or she just looked like she's all, then what's Paramel, the CEO, is going to think of her? But Cherie knows exactly what I'm talking about. Out of nowhere during convention, Paramel, our CEO, walked up to Cherie and say, why did you join FES? So don't get caught off guard. That's the last person you want to get caught off guard. But you never know. And Cherie was like almost like a brand new agent, or I think like a sales director at the time. So you never, ever know. So we're telling you right now, be on point. Carry yourself properly. It goes a long way for you and your career.
Absolutely.
Dr. Arnold Bogerty, I know you wanted to mention something before I close it up.
Yeah, because, my training cut off, guys, and Xavier picked up, seamlessly, with the way I was going to end it, is that you paid your money. There's a lot of people on here that have sacrificed, that have babysitters flying in, that, are maybe got their ticket and still maybe don't even have a place to stay yet, but you are sacrificing to make it to this event. All right. When you get there, guys, all right, be there. David always talks about it, be a student, be there, ready to learn. All right, this event will not change your life if you aren't present. If you aren't present, it will not, okay? All that's going to happen is going to go one in ear, out the other ear, because you got a headache, or you're out there in the back trying to take pictures with Mike Burgos. Listen, Mike Burgos is already a millionaire, all right? You ain't yet, okay? But Mike Burgos was sitting up front, okay, the first convention I was there, taking notes. Okay, Mike Burgos might be in the back right now because Mike Burgos has something to do. That don't mean you need to be out there doing the presentation, trying to get a picture, with Mike Burgos, with Alfred, with those guys. No, listen, this is for you. Be selfish. Be selfish this weekend. That weekend in Orlando. Okay, get in there. You absorb that information. Okay, you take notes. All right, this is about you right now. That's how you got to look at it. You don't want to miss anything. That was the best advice given to me my first event, was don't miss anything. All right. Be there, be attentive, take notes. All right. Because listen, it may not be the trainer that strikes that nerve. It may be a story. All right. It may be a testimonial. We want everybody to leave that convention we want everybody to be filled up, not with alcohol. All right. Not with partying. We want you to be filled up with information. We want you to be filled up with belief. All right. We want you to start building your reputation there, because that's where it's built, all right, nationally. Okay, you build your reputation with your leaders here locally, all right, but when you get there and you're in front of those decision makers, all right, if you're drunk, if you're hungover, or you're hitting on a list of barns in the in the hallway, guys, listen, man. First of all, horrible idea. She will cut you. All right, don't do that. All right, but listen, guys, the way you carry yourself is key. All right, because you're building your reputation, you're building your business. I know there's a lot of people on here. May not be everybody. You're aspiring to be on that stage. You're aspiring to be that presenter. You're aspiring to do something great within our company. The company's not going to put you up if you have questionable character. It's not happening. It's not happening. And guys, I'm very transparent. So I'm going to tell you, my last company, I did not have the best reputation. David will tell you. All right, Myra will tell you. Guys, I was a partier, drinker. I mean, listen, I would show up, at halftime. I would show up if the event started at 9 o'clock. Sometimes I wasn't there till 12. But yet, I was one of the best presenters. I would do that. And then I asked Carlos, I said, hey, listen, how come I'm not presenting? He was like, why the hell would I put you on stage? All right, when you came in smelling like whiskey, why the hell would I put you on stage? All right, you got to represent our company the right way. And that struck a nerve. It really, really did. I had to look at myself and the way I was presenting myself. Okay. Listen, you guys know, if you look at sports teams, all right, some of the best athletes get cut because of character. They can still play. All right. They might need, the team might need them. But listen, if you don't represent the shield the right way, guess what? You're gone. And so that's not what we want for our team. That's not what we want for you. All right. We want people saying, damn, who was that? Who's that Kenya? We got to talk to her. Or who's that Chad Sanchez? Man, I talked to that guy. He's sharp. How can I get his phone number? That's what we want. We don't want to probably come up and say, oh, who's that David Marquez? Oh, we don't, keep him away. No, I'm just joking. But guys, listen, that's what we want out of this. So be present, be attentive, be selfish this weekend, absorb as much information as you can, ask questions, all right, get good night's sleep, and let this be the event, guys, that changes your life, because it can be and it will be if you let it be and if you're present. That's the key, guys, being present. Xavier, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Definitely, man. Thank you so much, guys. Look, again, very, very, very important topic. So we definitely want to touch on this before convention and just get you guys ready. We have very high confidence in every single one of you guys that you're going to represent yourself very well. You're going to represent the team very well, and you're definitely going to represent the company very well. So we just wanted to run it by you guys again, because we feel that we will, because we always do, have a huge impact in convention with Team Relentless, because the way we carry ourselves, our standards, right? The principles, the morals, it's just a big different family, a big different culture, and people could definitely see that. So again, just be part of something that's great. Why not, right? So very, very excited. Also, another thing, side notes, guys, right? So besides this amazing training, give it back again. Number one, put the fires for our Dr. Arnold Bogerty, one of vice president. Amazing, amazing training. I'm telling you, when you guys continue your business journey, you're going to understand, you're going to appreciate this training more and more and more and more. This is a training you definitely want to see over and over and over. But with that being said, guys, super excited. Tomorrow, we start our core rank training again. So we actually did it for several weeks. Very, very successful. A lot of great feedback. I'm talking about these leaders definitely went out their way for this one. Shout out to our regional vice president, Reza Otero, who actually mastered this and put everything together. We just followed the blueprint. Again, this is why I love this business. It's copy and paste. Follow the blue arrow and bam, here's success. So with her doing that and with so much great feedback, we decided that we're going to run it back. So if you are not part of that actual group, that core rank training, then you want to make sure you get to with your leaders. We're going to add you to a Facebook group, also band, right? Again, they're in charge of this. They're the masters behind this. They just make me look good. But we're going to start this again at 6 p.m. tomorrow, every single day, Monday through Friday. Do not miss out. Guys, we had hundreds of people logging in. When your new agent logs in, or when you get a brand new agent, I'm going to tell you this. One of the first things that I would do during your launch is let them know that they need to plug in at 6 o'clock. I don't care if they're just getting off of work. Plug in at 6 o'clock, put that Bluetooth on, act like you listen to music, but this information is going to change your life, right? So very, very important. Super excited, guys. If you was part of the core rank training, just the last one we did last month, please put a number 1 on the chat if it did anything for your business. It did it do something for you? Just put yes, put number 1. You know, let me see that. Let me make sure that at the end of the day, I'm not wasting Razor's time, Rob's time, Arnold's, Kendall, right? Shout out to Kendall. Amazing job. Like, amazing. You guys are missing out big time. So again, super excited for that to come back out, and that will start tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Be on the lookout for that. And the last thing, but very important thing, so we save this for last. Guys, do you understand we're on our first week of a 4-week value? What does that mean to us? Right before the 5-week value, that everything we do this week, which is the first week of the 4-week, we reap the benefit this week, which is the 5th week of the 5-week value. Guys, we almost double in value. This is when you have to take full advantage of it and double dip. Because what's going to happen? You're going to go ahead, you're going to enroll people, you're going to go ahead and get paid for it, you're going to get the value, you're going to start ranking up. Next month, boom, the value comes again. Next month, boom, second payment already, we are unlocking more caps. But see, guys, when you talk about business, it's always talk about let's work smarter, not harder. Guys, right here, this is like a little cheat code. This is something we figured out like a couple years ago. And ever since that, we all took full advantage. If you talk to every single leader, they love this week. They love this week because this week right here sets the tone, not only for the 4-week, but for the 5-week. But then we get to double dip. Guys, look, the momentum, the excitement doesn't start next month, the first week of the 5-week. The momentum and the excitement starts this week. And in return, the company actually goes ahead and allows us to double dip. Guys, understand this. The reason why we're telling you the information we're telling you is because something we already been through. And some of us leaders will say, man, I wish someone told us this. If I knew this information, I'd have ranked up. If I knew this information, I could have doubled my paycheck. So here it is, guys. The information's out. Take full advantage of this week. This right here is going to determine a lot, not just income-wise, but promotions. This right here can affect your entire organization. And again, if you're in a position that you even have one organization, or one agent, congratulations, you're a leader. Lead by example. All right. So guys, man, super, super excited. Again, the first week of the 4-week that impacts the 5-week. Probably, I hope I didn't say that too fast. If not, go ahead and rewind it or just think a little faster, right? But guys, look, at the end of the day, convention's coming up. We're already sold out. If you haven't made it, some way, somehow, start asking around, seeing who might not make it, right? Things do happen. Do not give up yet. Keep high hope. But I hope you also learned the lesson. And next time you're going to act a lot faster than you did this year. Because it only happens once a year. And that experience, you definitely don't want to miss it besides the training. All right? So again, guys, take care. Stay blessed. See every single one of you guys at the top. And you guys already know, love Team Relentless. Let's get it.
Good night, good night, good night, guys. I'm going to unmute the lines. Good night, good night. Lines are unmuted. Show Xavier.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Let's get it.
Good night, good night, good night.
Good night. Thank you. God bless. Let's go.
Hasta luego.
Good night, y'all. Great training. Thank you, fellas.
Good night, good night.
Good night. Thank you. God bless.
I need to get Daryl's microphone.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Good night.
Good night, good night.
I appreciate y'all.